thinking of deleting the chrome strip. I think there's just a bit too much chrome on them. I think the body's the star. I don't think to me all the chrome looks like it's going out, big bright lipstick, lipstick on top of it doesn't help it. The front bumpers tend to be a bit big for the car, tend to make it look a bit trucky. So I'm going to de-chrome it, take the chrome off the side. The front bumper of changing from the original early 67 one, which weighs a ton. It's like 3 mils thick, weighs like 20 or 30 pounds, to a later model one, 69 one. Here we go. It is half the weight, maybe even less than half the weight of that one, and it looks quite nice. So my idea is to trim the bumper a bit. It tends to come out past here, like about an inch past here. Same on the other side, all the way around. Sticks out quite a long way. So I'm thinking of giving it a cut and a tuck. So yeah, well, I'm not quite up to that yet, but I'm just getting there on that one. But the other thing is, I said I was going to do was the brakes. Well, I started yesterday. I didn't really want to film it because I had so many angles and dimensions and things in my brain, and it was like, this is just going to fit, and it is only just going to fit. We're talking within millimeters. But I have made my first cuts. It's starting to look okay. See, I've cut out in there, so she ain't going to go back to normal now. She's truly modified now. There's no going back. But the original system, they poked out up here on an angle. You get it like that. They came up on an angle, stuck up. And so if you want Webers or anything, they come over here, in the way. So, and plus I've had problems with the boosters on these. You have a single master cylinder operating the booster, and then the booster operates all 4 wheels. So you got one cylinder for all 4 wheels, and it's not the best. And I had a fault in my cylinder. I had it reconditioned, and it apparently just an adjustment was enough for it to fail. So they adjusted it, and then it got working again. But I'm just going to delete it and go with manual race style brakes. I've got the Wilwood brake and clutch pedal, and I've got some Tilton master cylinders, the compact ones, 2 brake and 1 clutch. You can see why I had to build the box for it first, because it'd be pretty hard otherwise. Trying to measure whether it was fit was pretty hard. But what I've got now, I've got my box. That can go down in there like that, and the cylinders, I'm going to have to chop that out there a bit, and they should just fit in there. That one there is so tight, but it would just fit. I'll probably use bolts instead of studs on that one, because you won't be able to get it over the studs and around and in. Hopefully I won't have to scallop the frame there like I had to with the steering. So I had to scallop it down there for the steering to fit in. So I could do something there if we really had to. Let me go in there. It's going to go from underneath. there, and it's going to go up in there like that, higher up. This will all have to be trimmed. I'm thinking I'm going to need a piece on the back and the front, just below, as high as I can get below those stud holes. It's going to have to come out around like that to fit in around there. Weld it, butt it onto the top of that. That's quite thick in there, like 2 or 3 thicknesses in there. I better weld it around there, have that going straight through with them sitting in there. So there's no going back. I made my cuts. I tell you, I was nervous. It did not feel right cutting into it with where there was no rust, and a complicated part too, where they call this a frame, but it's the heater box, and in conjunction with everything else, it sort of is a frame. But my box, since I've made this box, and you can see I've got channel at the top, channel over there, and 18 gauge, so it's just as strong, if not stronger. I'm hoping by the time it's all welded in, yeah, a bit of praying and hoping actually on that one. I was very nervous that it just wasn't going to work. One minute it looked like it was going to fit, next minute it didn't. But after sliding it in and putting the master cylinder on, I can see it will just fit. Well, that's with the Stumpy Tilton master cylinders, just fit. Because I don't really want to have it coming back this way too far. On those ones, the originals was on an angle, and they came out on an angle. The wheeled one hangs straight down, so the pedals are going to be pretty close to the same spot, about the same height off the ground, a bit high. I mean, the original ones were like 220 from the floor up to the pedal, to the middle of the pedal. So I'm going to be about the same. I can't really lower it because I can't get the master cylinders any lower without cutting into that firewall, which I don't really want to. Then I get to the throttle linkage there, linkage bar. I don't want to go chopping that top rail out around there. I'll just lay it down straight on top of that there. I just want to lay it on top of that, maybe cut down a little bit if I have to, and just lay it on there and weld it around from the outside. It'll be welded across here, these side bits over here. I might just drill a couple of holes in the side when it's in, tap them all in, and plug weld it. We'll see, unless I just butt weld them all the way around. Yeah, but that's the plan. I had the vision and I carried through with it, and I'm sort of happy now, looking like it's going to fit, and I haven't totaled a beautiful Mark II Jag Daimler. But yep, it's going to be semi-race car anyway, a race car that's street legal, so the race brakes should be pretty good. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I haven't got a gimbal or anything for holding my phone and that yet, so pretty hard to film what I'm doing. And yeah, yesterday it took me a couple of days already. I just sat and stared at it and measured and eyed up and stared at it until I was confident that yeah, it's gonna go, it's gonna fit. And then I cut into it. Once I started, that was it. But I haven't overcut anything yet. So it's looking good.